In this video, I'll show you how I do a draw and how I allocate ring numbers to the draw. The first thing we need to do is open an Excel spreadsheet, a clean Excel spreadsheet. For the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to say that we've got 8 teams, teams 1 to 8, and they're playing on rings 1 to 6. Now, the first thing we need to do is work out the draw. To do that, I always type a 1 in that box there, and then we put in 2, 3, 4, 5, and we finish it off with the rest of the teams, 6, 7, 8. So if you had 16 teams, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 up the side there. So that's the first lot of games. 1 plays 2, 8 plays 3, 7 plays 4, 6 plays 5. Now for the second round, we put the 1 in the box again, and we move these numbers, you disregard the 2, and you move the next numbers over to here. So that's 3, 4 and 5. And we take the bottom number from that column there and put it on here, 6. Under the 1 we go 2 has been dropped from there, so we put it over into here. And then we've got 8 and 7. So it's 1, 2, and then from the bottom 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That's the second round. The third round will be 1. Drop the top one. We've got 4, 5 and 6, so we type 4, 5 and 6 in there. And 7, move 7 over. And then we go 3 from the previous column, 3, 2, 8. Then we go to 1, drop the top one, and we go 5, 6, 7 and 8. And over here we go 4, 3 and 2. For the next round we go 1 and 6, 7 and 8. Oops, sorry, 7 and 8 and 2. And down the side here we go 6, 5, 4 and 3. And it's the same, it doesn't matter how many teams you've got, you just do it the same way and you'll end up with all the draws. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is allocate ring numbers and trying to share the ditch rings and trying to not have teams playing on the same rink twice, especially not one game after the other. Now what I do now is type in here the team numbers crossways. I like to have them in red, bold red, so we just go red and bold. And I like to have this column here, which is going to be the rink number column, in red and bold, just to distinguish it from the team numbers. And then I'm just going to make that happen all the way across here. Now I know I'm going quickly, but I'm trying to cut down the time of this video. You realise that at any stage you can stop the video and go back and restart it. So, okay, now it's just a matter of trial and error from this point. So as I said, we're using rings 1 to 6, so let's just play rings 1 to 4 for the first set of games. So team 1's playing team 2, and they'll be on ring 1. We just go 1, 2, 3 and 4. Teams 1 and 2 are on ring 1, so we put a 1 in there and a 1 in there. Team 3 is on ring 2. Team 4 is on ring 3. Team 5 is on ring 4. Team 6 is on ring 4. Team 7 is on ring 3. And Team 8 is on ring 2. Now, teams 1 and 2, as you can see, are on a ditch rink, which is teams ring 1. So I normally highlight with yellow, so I don't end up giving the same teams too many ditch rinks, and they're definitely, again, if possible, not one after the other. Okay, so now we move on to round 2. That's, as I said, that's round 1. We could highlight it all, but that's round 1. Then this is round 2. So for teams 1 and 3 in round 2, we just have a look across here. Teams 1 and 3, they've played on 1 and 2, so we can't use 1 and 2, but we can use 3. So we can put a 3 in there. Teams 1 and 3 are going to play on 3. So we'll put a 3 up there. And then we go to 2 and 4. They've played on 1 and 3, so they could play on 4. Whoops. So we put a 4 in there. 2 and 4 are playing on 4. 2 and 4 are playing on 4. And 5 and 8 have played on 2 and 4. 5 and 8. Yes, have played on 2 and 4, so we could put them on 1. 1, 1, and they're ditch rinks, so we'll highlight them as ditch rinks, make them yellow. And 6 and 7, we've used up 1, we haven't used up 2 yet, so we'll put them on 6 and 7, put them on ring 2. Okay, now we go to round 3. 1 and 4, they've played on 1, 3 and 4. 1 and 4, we could put them on ring 2. 1 and 4 on ring 2. 3 and 5 have played on 1, 2, 3 and 4, so we'll give them ring 5. 3 and 5 are on 5. 3 and 5 are on 5. Okay, 2 and 6, 2's playing 6. They've played on 1, 2 and 4. They haven't played on 3 yet, so we'll put a 3 in there for them. For 2 and 6, we'll put them on ring 3. And 7 and 8, they've played on 1, 2, 3, and 4 hasn't been used, so we can use 4 on there and put them on 4. Okay, now we go to round 4, which is this lot. And 1 are playing 5, and they've played on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, and 3 there, 4 and 5 there. So we'll put them on 6. Now this is becoming a bit of a problem because they've now played on 2 ditch rinks, which is not too good, and these are played on 2 ditch rinks as well. Anyhow, we'll just see as it goes out, because sometimes anyhow, we'll see how it pans out. So we've got 1 and 5 are playing on 6. 4 and 6, they haven't played on 1 yet, but anyhow, there's 2, 3, 4, they haven't played on 5 either, so let's put them on 5. Keep them off the ditch rink if we can. Right, 3 and 7, I've played 2, 3, 3 and 7, 2, 3 and 5, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So they've had only 1 and 6 left, so they'll have to go on 1. We've already used 6, so we put 1 in there. 3 and 7 are playing on 1. We highlight that as yellow. They've played on a ditch rink. They've played on a ditch rink. Okay, and 2 and 8, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't got a 5 or a 6, but we've used 5 or 6. 5 or 6. So at this stage, we've got to now fiddle the numbers around a little bit and see how we can improve on the draw. Two. We could use 2, but that'd be a double up. We wouldn't want to use 3. 4s. We'll use a 2. We'll put a 2 in here and a 2 in here. Right, so 7 and 8's playing on 2. So that's a double up. We'll make that on blue just for now. That means they played on the same ring twice. Okay. Now we go to 1 and 6. 1 and 6. 1, 2, 3. There's no 4 or 5 there. Right, there's a 4 right up there, so we'll put them on 4. As you can see now, it's getting to the stage where we have to double up. It just can't be helped. So once again, that's a double up, so we'll make it blue. And that was 1 and 6 is playing on 4. If you fiddle around a bit, sometimes you can improve on it, but this is just how I do it, basically how I do it. Now 4 and 8. Now 4 hasn't had a ditch rink at all, and 8's had a 1 ditch rink, so now I could put 4 and 8 on another ditch rink. Put them on 6. See, they've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and they haven't played a ditch rink at all. So we'll put 4 and 8 on a ditch rink, which is, we'll make it 6. 4 and 8's on 6. 4 and 8's on 6. Okay, so that's another ditch rink. And that's another ditch rink. Now you can see this is the fifth round, so you can see now that every team has played on the ditch rink once, and 3 teams have played twice. So you can't get any fair. Oh, hang on a minute. There's one here that hasn't played a ditch rink. Well, anyhow, as I said, you can go back and start fiddling with it, but you've got the general idea. Okay, now 5 and 7. 5 and 7, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they've played on all rinks. So this mob haven't played on, this team haven't played on rink 3, and rink 3 is right up there. So we'll give them rink 3 because it's quite a few games since they played on that. So that's a double up for 3. That's a double up there. 3. So 5 and 7 have played on 3. And 2 and 3, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They haven't played on 6, but I've used 6. I really don't want to use another, so we'll have to use 2's there and there. That's no good. 3's there and there. 4, they haven't played on 4. I've used 4. 4, 4, 5. What about 5? 5's just there. They haven't played on 5. So we'll use 5. Put 5 in there and 5 in there. At least it's one game since they've played on 5. So 2 and 3 is on 5. And they've doubled up. So as you can see, that's how I do it. I mean, you might be able to wipe all that out and have another go at it and do better. But as I commented, the ditch rinks are pretty fairly shared, and a number of the teams have played on the same rink twice. Okay, now the next thing we've got to do to complete this draw is to just take this lot out of the road. So I just highlight it and we cut it, and I move it up here. Paste, put it out of the road. Then we highlight all of these, do copy, and we paste them underneath. Then we cut this column and paste it there. We cut this column and paste it there. And we cut this column and paste it there. And then with the top column, we take this column here, we do a copy, not a cut, we do a copy, and we paste it here. Okay, and then we highlight all of round 1, just like that, and we want to sort them from 1 to 8 down there, so we go up to data, and we click this with A to Z. That'll sort the first column and take all that with it. Okay, so we've got team 1 playing 2 on 1, team 2 playing 1 on 1, team 3 playing 8 on 2, 8's playing 3 on 2, 4's playing 7 on 3, 7 playing 4 on 3, 5 playing 6 on 4, 6 playing 5 on 4. So we just do that to the rest of them. This is highlighted all around 2, highlight all around 3, highlight all around 4, and highlight all around 5. Now, I reckon if I wanted to spend a bit more time and go back and have another go at this, I could probably do a little bit better than what we've got there. But you are going to have, with this setup, you are going to have teams playing on the same rink more than once, a number of teams. I hope that helps. I'll catch you later.